Table of contents. We have 3 points in here. Point 1 is a meaning of vector. Point 2 is type of vector. Point 3 is kind and operation vector. Point 1. Meaning of vector. The meaning of vector is a vector is a directed line segment that has a specific magnitude value and direction. Geometrically, a vector can be described as a directed line segment, where the length of the line segments represents the magnitude of the vector and the direction of the line segment represents the direction of the vector. One of the benefits of vector mathematics in your life is the use of GPS. If you need directions onto the plans, you can rely on the GPS system from your cell phone, smart body. Well, this GPS will determine the location of your destination with the help of satellites. Without taking a long time, you can immediately find the location. In addition, the GPS will also show direction to get to that location. Very cool, right? Next is writing vector name. 1. Using capital letters, use the letters, for example, vector A, B. 2. A vector whose length is equal to the length of the line segment A, B, and its direction is from A to B. 3. Whereas with lowercase only one letter, for example, A vector. Point 2 is type of vector. Type of vector. Vector turn out to be defined into several types. Namely, 1 is zero vector. Zero vector is a vector whose length is 0 and has no clear vector direction. 2. The position vector. Position vector, a vector whose starting point is O, 0, 0, while the end point is at the certain point other than O. 3 is base vector. Base vector is whose length is 1 unit, but its direction is in the direction of the coordinate axis. And the last is 4, unit vector. A vector whose length is 1 unit. And the point of 3, kind and operation vector. 1 is vector in R square, and 2 operation vector in R square. Because a vector is part of vector in R square or R2. The length of the line segment that represents a vector V, or denoted as the length of a vector absolute value of V, is as follows. In the picture, have absolute value of V equal root of V1 square plus V2 square. The length of the vector is related to the angle formed by the vector and the positive x-axis. Cos theta equal V1 divided by absolute value of V becomes V2 equal absolute value of V cos theta. Sin theta equals V2 divided by absolute value of V becomes V2 equal absolute value of V sin theta. And the last is tan theta equal V2 divided by V1 becomes theta equal tan to the power of minus 1 V2 divided by V1. Operation vector in R square or R2. Addition and subtraction of vector in R2. Two or more vector can be added and the result is called the resultant. Vector addition can be done algebraically by adding and components that are also located. If A vector equal in the brackets A1, A2, and B vector equal in the brackets B1, B2. So, A vector plus B vector equal in the brackets A1 plus B1, A2 plus B2. Multiply vector in R2 or R square with scalar. A vector can also be multiplied by a scalar, a real number, and will produce a new vector if V vector is a vector and K is a scalar. Then the vector product can be denoted K multiplied by V vector. We describe it. If K is greater than 0, then the vector K multiplied by vector V is in the same direction as the vector V. If K is less than 0, then the vector K multiplied by vector V is in the opposite direction to the vector V. If K equals 0, then the vector K multiplied by vector V is an identity vector 0 equals 0, 0. Algebraically, vector V multiplication with scalar K can also be formulated as follows. K multiplied by vector V equal in the brackets K multiplied by V1 and K multiplied by V2. Scalar multiplication of two vectors are square. The scalar product of two vectors can also be scaled the dot product of two vectors and can also be read as A vector dot B vector. Okay, this is an example. Number 1. If vector A equal 1, 2 and vector B equal 2, 4, so 2A vector plus B vector equal. We can write the A vector first is 1, 2 and B vector equals 2, 4, and we find the formula of 2A vector plus B vector equal, and step 1 we must to substitute A vector and B vector in the formulas. So equal 2 multiplied by 1, 2 plus 2, 4. Step 2, add up the two vectors. 2, 4 plus 2, 4. This is an answer from 2 multiplied by 1 is 2 and 2 multiplied by 2 is 4 plus, this is a B, 2,